Buyer: my agent failed to disclose damage that the seller's agent told him about. First-time home buyer: I don't really know what's normal allowed, so I thought I'd just explain. Here is the timeline of events. 1. Go under contract with home. 2. Order inspection, they find water damage leak. 3. Hire plumber, he recommends hiring leak detection specialist. 4. Hire specialist, their scheduling can't come out until last day of inspection period. 5. I ask my realtor to negotiate an extension, he advises me against this. Says it could upset the seller and jeopardize the purchase. 6. I insist, and the inspection happens. 7. The listing agent who is there for the inspection accidentally mentions that she had informed my agent about the leak when we initially offered the contract before all of this. Then that she mentioned it to him again 2 more times during the further inspections that I ordered. 8. He says sorry, it must have slipped my mind. I am new to all of this, but this does not seem right. This guy let me go into the home not knowing about the issue until my inspector found it. He still didn't mention that he was disclosed about the damage issue. Then he advised me against finding out more about it. I called this dude multiple times for advice. He told me he has my best interests in mind. He spitballed with me about the mystery of the leak's source, knowing the whole time that they had been disclosed about the problem. Is this normal? What am I supposed to do now? I would fire him and be worried about what else slipped his mind. In 2014, I found out my agent was doing this shit. I fired him on the spot, told him if he didn't refund the money I spent out of pocket I would sue his ass. Got the refund immediately. Now I have an excellent agent who protects us, points out all kinds of issues, fights for us. There are great agents out there that care about their reputations. Fire the fucker and get a new one. Quick. Fire him, get your money back, threaten to sue and file complaint. We live in a new age of social media, they will want you to keep it quiet how scummy they are. Your realtor sucks. Talk to their broker. Agents are slimy. He only cared about making a buck. Just curious. I don't know if it's required other states, but in Texas the seller provides a seller's disclosure that would ask about water damage. Were you not provided one before making a formal offer? He did not forget. I bet he was afraid he loses the deal, that's all, it's all about money. Damn. I'm pretty forgiving when it comes to agents, but this is indefensible. I would kill the deal out of spite so this MF didn't make a single cent off me. And this is why agents get a bad rep. That's super shady. Tell his broker. Not disclosing a material fact when he knows is a big deal. Do everything to fire this crook. Talk to their broker, file a complaint, ask for a different realtor to represent you. These people care about the sale and not your best interest. You are a fraud victim. Fire your agent and contact a real estate attorney ASAP. You can and should void the contract. Don't let this one go, this shitty agent will fuck someone else in the future. It's your mission to help that other person from this giant prick of an agent. Find a new agent ASAP. There are a dozen of them out there. Your agent must be new and just trying to get a sell under their belt. Call his broker and fire him. Bear in mind some agents are snake oil salesmen, except worse. Yeesh, failure to disclose material facts is huge. That was the #1 complaint against agents with the Real Estate Commission in my state this past year, and they do not play when it comes to this. Most definitely you and probably the listing agent seller should file a complaint. Your agent is a greedy asshole. This is not normal, it is delinquent. Call the broker at the office. I wouldn't buy that house for starters, who knows what else he forgot to tell you. Then I would start looking for a new agent. Under no circumstances would I give this guy money to help me buy a house. In addition to my other comments here, be your own best advocate. These people will steamroll you if you let them. Do not let them. You can break this contract, and if you can't, then you can be the most demanding client ever. This is your financial health. There are some great realtors out there, and there are some literal failures of human beings working as realtors. Don't let a failure ruin your financial future. Protect yourself. Be an advocate for yourself. They work for you. Period. Did they inform your agent in writing? There are typically mandatory seller disclosures that deal with leaks. They sign them, and typically buyer does too. Was the leak on the mandatory seller disclosures? Was the leak disclosure only oral to your agent? If it was just oral, then it likely contradicted other mandatory disclosures, meaning it's a seller issue. Wow, that is a bad agent. Call his broker ASAP. Have him pay the leak out of his commission. If you love their house, buy it. There is a seller disclosure sheet so that you don't need to depend on agent memory. Did not slip his mind. Breach of ethics rules 100. They should be reprimanded or have license suspended. What does the property disclosure statement say? That agent had failed to show obedience, care and loyalty. It's time for a letter of disassociation and let someone else represent you in this. I can walk you through it if he's like. Have you signed away all 3 contingencies? If not, just get out of the deal. Fire your agent cause is fairly clear. What they did is a breach of buyer-broker agreement, but IANL. Then back-channel through to seller agent's brokerage, or just talk to the seller's agent if you two have good rapport to finalize the transaction with credit for leak repair in exchange for reduced buyer-agent commission. Fire the trash. So everyone gives you logical solutions and you keep pushing back. Well, here's some wise words to live to suck. Sometimes lenders and home insurance agencies require water damage to be mitigated and re-inspected prior to funding closing. I'd definitely check with them and disclose what was found ASAP if you haven't already done this. Fucking fire your agent for cause, immediately. Agents don't get paid if you avoid a house with a problem. They get paid when you close. People usually like to get paid as quickly, assuredly, and easily as possible. Do you see where the problem is? Aside from all the advice above, file a grievance with your association's board. Complaint filed with the broker in charge. That's pathological behavior. They need to understand how serious their job is, or go do something else for a living. Name and shame, so others aren't swindled by that garbage. Don't buy this home. I had a home with water issues. It was a pain. One of the reasons I ended up selling it after being there only 2 years. Ask broker for a point of their commission. This is straight fraud. Listing agent, buyer's agent if it is true, and seller are all at fault. All material facts must be disclosed. File complaints with the Real Estate Commission. Did you receive residential property disclosure? I would do all of the above and sue him for all of your unnecessary out-of-pocket expenses. That makes no sense as to why he wouldn't say something. Thoughtful face. If it was disclosed, did you not read the seller's disclosure, which is a required appendix to the sales contract you signed? Make sure you write the story on BBB and hurt his pockets. What do you have documented in writing, in voicemails, emails, text messages or legal telephone recordings to support your claim? You need that hard evidence to prevail. If it's just been audio communication, it's your word against agent's word, making it more difficult for you to support your claim. That agent and broker both have malpractice insurance. But first, get as much evidence as you can. He didn't forget, he made a decision. Definitely write a letter to the broker and the board of whatever realtor association his office belongs to. Call to follow up, ask the listing agent to give a detailed account of her disclosures to have as proof. If an agent tells me one defect that is top of mind, not something to be left on the wayside. Please follow through. Report this agent. Not all of us are self-serving. Did you not receive the disclosures in writing?